Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Max with BuzzTox, and I'm finally back with another Game of Thrones Season 8 news video. I have a lot of announcements about this channel. If you want to hear about those, go to the end of this video. But anyways, let's get right into the news. So a lot of production news has actually come out about Game of Thrones. First of all, the cast actually get to read through the Game of Thrones Season 8 script from October 8th to 9th. Because they have to get ready for a shooting schedule that lasts from October 2017 to August 2018. And that filming schedule is actually about double the amount of filming they usually do each season. And there are a couple reasons for that. First of all, this season, because everyone is together, they're going to be filming with one unit rather than 3 separate units. So that naturally is going to take a lot longer to shoot because you only have one film crew to film everything. And another reason that we can expect is that there's going to be longer episodes. I can't speak to how much longer an episode will be, but it has been announced and confirmed to be around feature length. So we should be expecting every episode of Game of Thrones to be about an hour and 20 minutes long, if not more. And moving on to casting news, there have actually been casting calls for hiring very small, significant roles for the upcoming season. The first one is a northern farmer, aged 25 to 35, and they want this person to be a straightforward, honest man of simple taste who works on the land. Now there's one thing that I can analyze from this is that in Season 6, we actually had a lot of attention drawn towards food. Sansa was ordering the North to ship a lot of grain to Winterfell. So when these houses decide to flee their homes and come to Winterfell, food will be provided. And overall, last season has really been based off the logistics of food and can we survive through the winter. That was the whole point of Cersei sending her men to Highgarden to get food to feed her men throughout the winter. And I think this farmer could produce a lot of different issues. First of all, the land is frozen, so you cannot grow any more food. And second of all, about the transport of food and where people are going to congregate to survive. And I think that is going to have a huge impact on Season 8 as a story. And secondly in the casting call is a sassy and attractive girl that is aged between 18 and 25. This person is described as a sexy and confident northern girl. And this character is supposed to be in one very memorable scene, an act opposite of leading cast members. And lastly, there's a northern sentry, which means soldier. And this person should be aged 18 to 25. And this soldier needs to have great timing. And their role is to play a small part opposite of the leading cast. And I just want to point out the first 3 roles that are supposed to be cast are meant for the North. And this to me personally speaks a lot of the importance and significance of the North in Game of Thrones Season 8. We left off with all of our favorite characters leaving King's Landing and sailing to White Harbor. And from there, they're heading to Winterfell. So in the next season, I think we're going to be spending a lot of time at Winterfell, and I think a very significant plot point will happen at Winterfell in Game of Thrones Season 8. But then there are 2 other casting calls. First of all, there's a mercenary aged 35 to 50. They want this person to be authoritative, fit, cool, and charismatic. And this person is going to be in 2 episodes of Season 8, and they must ride a horse. And this to me communicates the Golden Company. I think whoever is taking this role is going to be a representative of the Golden Company. The group of men that are 20,000 strong and are under contract by Cersei Lannister. And lastly, there's a sailor, aged 35 to 50. And they want this person to be very weathered and have a very strong presence on screen. And I personally hope that this is a part of Euron's crew. I hope that we get to see details on the Silenced. Everyone in Euron's crew will be a mute. They'll have their tongues cut out and they'll pretty much be slaves to Euron. And I would love for the meaning of that strong presence to mean communicating that without the use of words. But this takes us to our last piece of news, and I think it is the biggest, most significant nugget of what's going to happen in Season 8. And what that is that they're actually remodeling the Winterfell set. So what they're doing is they're building walls and expanding on towers by the Winterfell gate. And what they used to do is digitally recreate this on top of the already existing castle, but in this season, they're building it. So what this says to me is that this is actually a set that we're going to be seeing at Winterfell. People standing on top of the battlements, on top of the towers at Winterfell. And I think this goes hand in hand with the casting call of a northern soldier. And I will go a step further and say that we're going to get a huge action sequence at Winterfell. And from that, I can gather there are multiple scenarios. First of all, the issue could be the White Walkers. The one drawback is that they're an unstoppable force, and the Night King can go one of 2 ways. Either he goes through Eastwatch and goes straight to Castle Black, or he goes down to the Last Hearth, Carhold, and then makes his way to Winterfell. But the problem with that is I personally think the White Walker fight will end at Winterfell. And when the White Walkers arrive, that's going to be it. They're going to have to fight no matter what. So that's why I have a different opinion. I do believe the White Walkers will arrive at Winterfell eventually, but the reason why I think they're building these towers is because of the Golden Company. I think, as Sansa expressed in the last season, that Cersei will stop at nothing to kill her enemies, even if it involves going north. But she has lost her brother, her lover, and all of her children. I think Cersei will send the Golden Company to Winterfell and put Winterfell under siege, which could bring the potential of the White Walkers coming later. And that to me just shows the value of Cersei. Cersei had to bring these 20,000 men to Westeros because 20,000 men is necessary in helping to defeat the Night King. Jon and Daenerys need the men to kill him, and the Golden Company are just the group that they're looking for. But before I get into too much detail, I have my own personal prediction video which will be done within a week. Now the thing about this prediction video is I know that there's multiple ways that the story could be solved, but I'm basing it off what I would like to happen as well as what's common sense within the story of the TV show. I also have a Game of Thrones Season 1 Episode 2 review coming out very soon. So I'm going to start producing the absolute best content for you guys. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the Winterfell set rebuilding. Do you think that's necessary to the plot? Do you think there's going to be a huge action sequence at Winterfell? Please let me know in the comment section down below. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.